When it starts to get warm around here or maybe cold, a lot of people like to think about buying a cottage up north or maybe buying a place somewhere warm like Florida or Arizona to spend the winter. These can be great opportunities for families and couples to make memories and things like that. And first of all, I'm genuinely pro cottage, having grown up going to one. But one thing we want to think about is once you start looking, it can be a little bit like looking at puppies. It can be hard to say no once you get going through that process. So this is both a lifestyle decision and it's also a financial decision. So let's say you buy a $600,000 cottage. Outside of the cost of just purchasing the real estate, there are other things that you might not always think about, like property taxes, utilities, insurances, maintenance, maybe buying a boat. That could easily add up to be $20,000 or $30,000 per year. And then it's important to think about how much am I actually going to use this property? So I like to think about it as a cost per night. So let's just say it costs $30,000 a year to maintain the property. If you go there for 30 days per year, that means it costs you about $1,000 a night. Now that doesn't mean it's necessarily the wrong decision, but I think it's something that's important to think about. Like, is this worth it for us with our lifestyle right now? One thing people sometimes don't think about is flexibility versus commitment. If you buy a place, people often feel like I've got to go there because we own this place. If you rent, it gives you flexibility to visit places like maybe it's Northern Michigan one year, maybe it's the West Coast of Michigan another year, or maybe it's Florida. But that flexibility versus the commitment can be a big difference. Now, this is when it can work well. I've seen this go really well for some families where you establish kind of a home base. There's community, there's relationships around, people are using the property, and there's so many family memories that can happen. On the flip side, times where I haven't seen it work as well is when families feel like they're not spending the time there that they thought they would. Maybe the kids have travel sports and they just don't have the availability at that particular time in life to get to the cottage. So here's what we suggest. We suggest, rather than just quickly buying a place, have a trial period. Find a point where you can rent maybe somewhere near where you might like to be for a year or two. And that can give an opportunity to figure out what you actually like and what you don't like.